gang. Jerry T here, back out on the road. Yeah, we're not on the trails, we're on the Wallke H7 today, and I've got to run down to talk to my bike mechanic, my bike shop. I got a couple little things I need help with, adjustments, so I'm hoping they can take a quick look at it. We'll see. So, but that's kind of the topic of today. I can't talk about this subject enough, and that is having a good bike shop. That's right. It should be the first thing you've done. I did a whole video on that. The first thing you need, and it is. You really need a good bike shop. You need somebody you can rely on. Now, I'm pretty handy, so I've torn into these things enough to be dangerous. So, but I'm also smart enough to know when I need help. So, and that's quite often, guys. Yeah, my wife will tell you that. So, but yeah, it's hard to find a good bike shop. All right, there's just no doubt about that. So, and that's what I can't understand. I, you know, in today's day and age, I've been reading articles about the bike companies. They're starting, standard bike companies are starting to get in financial trouble. And you're seeing a lot of bike shops close down. So, you know, it's funny that these bike shops don't embrace e-bikes. So that's my big problem. And it's everybody's problem. So, and it's one you kind of need to resolve before you even get an e-bike. You really want to have that in your back pocket. You want to have someone that can fix your bike and you can make phone calls to. And boy, oh boy, it's not easy finding that company. Because most of us probably are buying our bikes online. Some of us on Amazon. Some of us are buying direct from the manufacturers. And then what do? So, you know, and I'm associated with several bike companies, and I'm also associated with, I'm on a couple, quite a few Facebook groups. And boy, I'll tell you, I feel horrible that you see some of these people who, you know, they get their bikes and they got problems coming out of the box. So, and the communication to deal with the bike companies is sometimes difficult. Sometimes it takes days to get the information to them and get a reply back. Yeah, so, you know, I'm under the school of thought that, you know, have a professional in your back pocket so you can call them at least. Say, hey, I'm having trouble here or trouble there. Now, for me, it's fun. I'm blessed. I have got a wonderful bike shop, and I enjoy heading down there. I'll find a reason to boogie on down and talk to Berto and the guys and to get opinions on what's going on out there. So, you know, and they're a company that last year they were just selling straight bikes. Woohoo! Yeah. So they weren't selling e-bikes at all. And yet they were welcoming people who had e-bikes for repairs. And they're a good bike shop. They're not they don't do poor quality. They're not butchers. So they really are good mechanics. So, but they embraced the e-bike revolution. Since that time, they're now a rad dealer. So yeah, you can test drive bikes free of charge. Go down there, ride any bike you want, take it out for an hour or two, and they are just overwhelmed with business. So yeah, people are smart. They're buying their bikes and sending it to them to be assembled. And that way they can go over them and they can fine tune everything. So yeah, I'm thinking, you know, the smarter money is on the guy who embraces the change, like these guys, you know, where, you know, I just don't understand some of these bike shops. I really don't. I've walked in and just asked a simple question. Just a simple question. And I got an attitude. I mean, you know, if you didn't spend $5,000 on a bike there, they don't want to talk to you. So, and God forbid you have an electric bike. Oh, we have nothing to do with that. So, you know, they're arrogant and they're cocky and they're not even nice about it. That's the sad part. So, these are the guys you hear about that end up there in trouble. So, you know, I feel for some of these people that I see on the groups that are, you know, they run into problems and, yeah, they you know, they're having trouble. So my recommendation is just get somebody from the get-go. And yeah, you know, you know, I hate to say it, but it might be a distance, you know, to find a bike shop. You know, you're not going to find one 2 miles away that's excellent, that checks all the boxes. You know, has excellent mechanics. All right, buddy. Learn to drive. There we go. Yeah. So, you know, you may have to, you know, go 15 miles, even 20 miles to find a good bike shop, one that will work on the electric bikes. And then you got to figure out, well, how am I getting them there? Huh? How am I going to get that bike there? So with us, I think most people signal I'm coming through. Most people, you know, they jump to a folding bike. And, you know, I got a good friend of mine who did that, and he's got a really nice electric bike. And he went out and got a new SUV, and he just figured, oh, this ain't going to be a problem. So he bought the SUV and got home, and he can't get his bike in the back of it. So, ay. So he's able to get it in the back seat, the second row, but not the rear. So yeah, you really got to plan this out, guys. You really got to think about it. And even, you know, even if you just need to make a phone call to ask a question, somebody you can send a photo to, and say, hey, does this look right? You know, I'm having trouble here. And, you know, they may be able to give you advice without even having to come in. But that, you know, that's the kind of relationship you need. And I know it's not an easy one to find, you know. So, but yeah, a good bike shop is really, really essential, you know. And I see all these guys. I got a good friend up in New England, Gary. You know, this guy he does it all himself, you know. I mean, he's, I wonder where he finds the time. But, you know, I think even now and then it's good he's got relationships with Park Tool and things like that, where even someone like that who, you know, can tear apart gears and derailleurs and upgrades and all that stuff, who walks around with a wrench in their hand all day. You know, they even have, you know, they've even got, you know, guys on their speed dial that they can call. So, yeah. So, I got Jen. Jen isn't with me today, so I can rev it up. Yeah. Charlie says I go too fast. I do. But not with her. So, when I'm not with her, it's all... Go. Now I can throw it in dual motors. Yeah. Tackle these hills. But yeah, so like I say, it's never, you know, you have to plan, because the problem I see is, you know, people, they get these bikes and I just see it's never ending trouble. And what happens is they end up relying on a poorly miscommunication from the manufacturer. And the manufacturer, I've seen them send out replacement parts after replacement parts, and I think it's, you know, user error. I really do, guys. I can ride right down the road. I got the place to myself. In fact, I'm speeding. I'm breaking the law, doing 30. So hopefully skirt up on the sidewalks is much easier to gotta go in the front door of the bike shop. Now the funny part of it too is, talking about bike shops, I never knew this was a bike shop here. I really never did, because as we pull up here, I'll show you. It's full of plants. It looks like I had no idea, the plants and everything. So, yeah, they got a third business in here that sells plants. So let's go in and see if they're gonna yell at me and tell me to get out. I'm getting pretty good at weaving this bike through that doorway. Oh, look at you, man. Got a wired bike.
Work on the best.
Nice. I was just hooking up with these guys.
Yeah.
Was thinking about it. How's it going? How's business?
Good. Crazy busy the last couple of days.
I know, I can't catch you guys. I wanted to give this back to you. The little part you gave me.
Oh.
It did not work.
No, okay.
I appreciate that though.
Yeah. Give it a shot.
So nice, wired, huh? What's wrong with that?
Controller's dead.
Ugh.
It's common for all these,
Is that a problem with these?
just in general, all these e-bikes have controller problems when people start messing with the settings and
Oh,
burn them out and stuff like that.
yeah, I've got a spare controller and spare motor and
Oh yeah, you got to.
spare display.
You never know how long the company's gonna last, so you might as well.
Exactly.
If they disappear, you can't get parts for them, then you just got a paperweight. So you might as well preemptively assume they're gonna disappear.
Right.
That's kind of how it's been. Even the successful ones have been not holding out too long. It's hard, man. This market is not easy to be in.
Well, I'm hearing a lot, man. I'm hearing a lot about bike companies going out of business.
Yep.
You know, and I was just, I'm doing a video on bike shops, and it amazes me, like, you guys embraced e-bikes. You know, I just can't understand why some bike shops are so, you know, I've walked into stores and they won't even talk to me.
Yep.
You know, they're just arrogant. Unless I spend $5,000 on a bike, they don't know you.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate thing that's been going on for years, and it's only gotten worse with the e-bike boom. And instead of adapting,
Yeah.
they've all just
Right. Well, and you didn't
stopped.
give up your core business. You just added,
Yeah.
you know, and you partnered up with Red, and
Yeah.
you know, and you service bikes. So,
We needed to have an option, and Red's been around long enough that I can trust them, and even if they have problems, being able to just get parts for them.
well, everybody does. So everybody's
Pretty
struggling.
easily and everything. Like it's unrealistic to have the highest expectation in the world of anything. I mean, cars, motorcycles, e-bikes,
Right.
whatever it is, they're all gonna have problems because you're not making 10 bikes. You're making thousands of them.
Right.
And so like, it's
Hundreds
easy to be
of-
like, I can't believe that mine is the one that broke. It's like, dude, yours was probably number 10,001.
Right.
In a pile of bikes that got made that month. And
Well-
it's like, of course there's going to be some problems.
The good part and the bad part about all that, the bad part about all that is I got to stop telling people about you so that I can get you to work on my bikes.
Yeah.
You're too
It keeps you busy, man. A lot of people do name dropping now.
There's our guy, UPS.
Where you stop? Tomorrow?
What-
Definitely tomorrow, but also I think the other half is with my boy Joe. They're lining up the load for you. I like it.
You dread this guy, huh?
Yeah.
They see you, but they give
He
you the
usually
small
gets more than
stuff.
that. That's
I know those 100-pound bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been giving him the FedEx lately, so I'm not keep the light ones coming, girl. Okay, you keep it coming. We'll keep worrying about it.
There you go.
Hey, be careful on the road.
All right, take her easy.
Yeah, I think it's just you got to be able to adapt, which the bike industry is ever evolving, and the service industry for the bike industry is notorious for not adapting to change.
Exactly. And that's my point with doing videos, is I keep talking to people that the first thing they need to do is have a bike shop on their side.
Yep.
And you may not, you know, it may not be 5 miles away, it may not be 2 miles away. You know, you may have to go 20 miles to find a guy.
Oh, absolutely. We've got people who come from Akron and
Yeah, right.
hours away. I mean, I've gotten the furthest out that have come up specifically to do the rad power thing is 3.5 hours.
Wow.
And you're telling me that in 3.5 hours there's nobody around you? And it's like, no. So
Well-
many people just do that.
Well, and it's nice I'm seeing a wire bike here because I see all these other brands. You're not just, you're not just fixing rads. You know, you're in helping other guys.
Yeah, no,
Now, I've seen you and Mason with a rat's nest of electrical wires in here trying to helping guys out. So
I'd be lying if I told you it didn't frustrate me at times when I'm dealing with
Sure.
that kind of stuff. But like once you get to the end of the tunnel and you're like, oh, that worked and it
Right.
fixed it, and the customer.
how is it dealing when? What do you do in a situation so people know if you get in a situation where you need a controller? How does that work? Do you contact Wired? Do you tell the owner to get a hold of Wired?
Usually I'll tell them to reach out because they always want the proof of purchase and all that stuff.
Right.
We'll give it a shot, but more often than not, they're like, give us the customer's information, let us
Right.
talk to them first.
They want to deal with
But
that.
knowing that the bike shop looked at it,
That's a
helps
big
lot.
benefit.
Yeah, because then they know that it's not just something that you
Right.
did, it was an actual problem that they were able to trace.
And that's the big problem I see with people is they require, like manufacturers want to see a video of the problem. And then, how do you get a 60-year-old person who barely knows how to use a cell phone
Right.
to diagnose bike problems? And
Yeah, I mean, I've got people who have come in here for the test ride and don't even have an email that I can put into the test ride.
Right. Well, and that's the other thing, too. You guys get free test rides.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can come in here and ride any of these, take them off for half a day. It's nice. It's good. You get a feel for the different tire sizes because that's important. How many people have bought a bike like this and they're 5'3"?
More often than not.
I know. You see a lot of them on
Marketing
first.
is around the big fat tires and everything like that. And rarely does Sue, that's 5'2".
I'm still looking. I think I'm supposed to is up here. So
It's funny, speaking of FedEx, here he is.
So, yeah, support your bike shops. Hey, thank you, guys.
Gary?
All right. Tight squeeze. All right. So there you go, guys. What do you think of that, huh? Straight from the horse's mouth. Yeah, it is tough. It is tough finding a good bike shop now, isn't it? So, these guys treat me real well. So, to be honest with you, if he charged double his rates, I still wouldn't complain. But that's why I come here, because I trust him. So, yeah. He's an honest guy. He won't sell me something I can't get a better deal on somewhere else. He's great at troubleshooting without costing me an arm and a leg. So yeah. He gave me a couple ideas to solve my problem. And it didn't cost me anything to go in there and talk to him. So that's the kind of relationship and obviously it's not going to be everybody's not going to be this close to their bike shop, but you can pick the phone up, and if you can talk to somebody and have an honest conversation about troubles. So really, guys, get yourself a decent bike shop. They're out there. They're out there, but you got to look. So, and don't be offended when you walk into one and they want to treat you like a redheaded stepchild, or So, just move on and boys. So yeah. All right. Well, hey. Thanks for coming along, and if you could like and subscribe, that really, really helps my channel. Thank you. It really does. It helps the analytics. We're not out to make a living doing this. So hopefully it's something you enjoy watching, and that's fine if you don't. I appreciate you coming in anyway. So that's you're welcome back. So thanks again, and I'm gonna go Jerry T out. Yeah.